why should people attend HITEC? You know, travel is going to be difficult. Attending may not be as easy as it's been in the past, but why should people make this effort to attend HITEC this year?
Because in person is always better. And yeah. I'm not being flip about that. One of the things I think we've seen on even a societal or cultural level is that isolation and anxiety has lots of negative ripple effects, and that directly stems from lack of human interaction, and our relationships with our vendors and partners and suppliers has become more strained as they've been under greater financial pressure. We've been under greater financial pressure, and that since that lack of face-to-face interaction has gone by the wayside. So I don't think it's just we all want to get together and shake hands and have a drink. I think that face-to-face interaction is at the core of good business relationships, and that's why people should go to HITEC.
Yeah, and I think, Ron, let me build on that, because I do think there's a point of efficiency, right? So if you're going to go to a show this year, why wouldn't you go to HITEC? Why wouldn't you see the industry leading, where all the vendors are going to be, where all your friends and network is going to be in place? You'll have 3 to 4 days of constant interaction, and you can't get that anyplace else.
I have to agree that it's also just support of HFTP. We've had a couple of in-person events getting ready for this. We had the club summit in May, in-person, first in-person event, very well attended. The business partners as well as those attendees were thrilled. Last month we had the Florida Regional down in Florida, same thing, sold out crowd. Just trying some systems out, getting ready for HITEC, but it's just support of HFTP, getting back with your HFTP family. What is so great is some of the co-located also. Your annual conference is there, the new club forum, HSMII will be there also. So as someone has said earlier, why wouldn't you want to come? This is the event of the year, and we're hoping to see everyone there.
Yeah, and Mark, to build this team, especially the HFTP team, has done such an excellent job of monitoring safety and protocol. And if there's anybody out there who is hesitant because of a large gathering or safety processes or procedures, HFTP has gone over and above researching and making sure that the right safety precautions are in place. So no one should feel uncomfortable or feel unsafe.
Exactly. And we had kind of a trial run last week or the week before with the AHOA group that was actually there in the same venue, pretty much a similar program that went excellent. I mean, rave reviews. And our group was there just, making sure that we were going to do everything or more than they had done just to ensure the safety of all of our business partners, all of those who will be attending any part of the conference. So exactly right.
And that leads us nicely, and it's really great to see that our business partners and the vendors are really supporting this event. We've got over 300 exhibiting booths that's going to be in Dallas. So apart from sensible footwear and sneakers, what are your recommendations in the show floor? Myself, on my first HITEC, I think I probably saw a third of the show floor. On the following HITEC, I saw maybe a 5% more and 5% more. I've still not managed to see an entire show floor over the 4 days that I've attended the various HITECs. So what are your tips and tricks for people that are new to HITEC to actually make the most of the show floor?
Probably prepare a list, determine in advance what you're trying to look for, and try complete that list. And second on your list would be trying to identify any new technology that you may not have heard of, but to go with the sense that you will be able to visit every booth or see everything on the show floor would be a little bit overwhelming if you're not if that's your plan, what your plan is. So that's what I would recommend.
One of the things that I would suggest too is visiting the HFTP booth. My first 2 years, it was immensely helpful to be able to get to the vendors and find some of the contacts that I needed.
And Barry, I would also say manage your bathroom breaks, because there, even though one time our booth was relatively close to the bathroom, it still took me 40 minutes to go 30 feet. So there's a lot of good interaction. There's a lot of folks that you may or may not recognize or know, and then all of a sudden you're in deep conversation. So manage accordingly.
Yeah, I agree with that, and plan the education sessions as well. Which ones you want to attend, and don't try and pick last minute, because you're going to be torn between two and not get to see any. So I think that's important. And what's also important is, if you have made those meetings with the vendors, is to make sure you keep to those appointments. You know, they're there, they're supporting the show. It's very important not to leave them standing around. I know it's not always possible, because you do end up in these 40-minute conversations that you didn't expect to be with people, but really do try and keep to those appointments, you know, because that's what makes HITEC happen ultimately. Without the show floor and without the vendors, then it's not going to be the same. So, you know, try and keep to those appointments is important. A question for the group then. What's your number one question that you're trying to answer at HITEC? Why are you attending? What are you trying to find?
For myself, it's really about awareness of what's out there, and more visibility into trends and events, and finding out from other people what's working for them and what isn't.
I mainly want to catch up with some of my current suppliers and kind of take their pulse, you know, from afar. Some of them seem to be struggling. We know that a lot of companies have cut back on staff when they survived the initial downturn, and some companies are struggling to get back up to prior service levels. And I know there's it's kind of a running joke that customers go to HITEC to poke their vendors with sharp sticks, but again, that sometimes it's easier to get a sense for where one of your partners is if you're talking to them face to face instead of over the phone.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Ron, and just checking with our business partners to find out, is there things that HFTP can do to help you in this still a difficult environment? You know, we'll be talking with our members about that also, but again, without our business partners on the show floor, the exhibitors, there would be no HITEC, and we want to make sure they're doing well, they're taken care of, and if there's things that we can do to help that relationship even better, we want to do that.
Yeah, I really think this year, more so than any other year, is really the time to reconnect and relate to others in person. So really looking forward to that.
Yeah.